Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Icon 1000 Rouser Kevlar jean, available at RevZilla.com. New from Icon 1000, this is the Rouser. And the Rouser, in my opinion, is my favorite jean that Icon's ever done. Here's why. You're looking at a Kevlar jean, but there are no lines. Just like the rockers that I'm wearing in front of you, these guys also have the distinction of no horizontal panels done in Kevlar behind. And the beauty of this jean, notice if you look at it, comes in this darker color. It has a yellow hue to it. That's because the Kevlar fibers are actually woven into the jean. Now, are you going to get 11 seconds of slide out of it? I don't think you are. But are you going to get at least 2 to 3 times the abrasion resistance of a normal jean or a normal Kevlar lined jean? You absolutely will. And it's nice that they've integrated that, and you can see they even use the yellow accent stitching to set it off. Now, once you get past the fact that there are no inhibiting lines here, keep in mind too, there's going to be D3O molecular armor that comes stock, just like they do in a lot of the Icon 1000 line. Remember, it's soft armor, it's pliable, but upon impact it becomes rigid, absorbs all that shock. They live in armor pockets right behind the knee. They're accessible from the side. My only gripe is that pocket's a little bit big and nebulous, and it can float around on you. But again, I'm sure they'll dial it in for the next iteration of the jean. And think about this too. With the Rouser, it's really the entry-level Icon jean just above that $200 mark in the 1000 collection. From there, you go into the Roughshod, which is going to be your leather jean. And there's another canvas jean, I believe, called the Beltway, which is a little bit different as well. Now, quickly, let's note the sizing. Philip is 6'1", 192 or 195 athletic build. He's wearing a size 34, and you can see the way that these break on him. They're about a 34 inseam. He's typically a 32, 33. This is what you guys have to keep in note. You buy the size of your waist. They fit like a Levi's 501 with a slight boot cut at the bottom. You're going to have to get them hemmed. If you spend over $200 for any pair of jeans, you typically want to take them to a tailor, and for 20 bucks, have them hem them correctly based on your height. And remember, leave yourself a little bit of length because they are a riding jean, and when your foot is on the foot peg and you're in that riding position, they are going to ride up a little bit, so keep that in mind, guys. If you're still not sure about sizing, even though they are American cut and pretty simple because the 501 is such a popular type of a cut, keep in mind we ship for free, and as always, you can get in touch with us. Love to hear your gut reaction, too, on the Rouser. Click here, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV, stay up to date with all the latest gear reviews we're rolling out, but also leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback. Now, getting back into some of the nuances. Again, belt loops at the top. It's a zipper at the fly. It's got a button that is a embossed button. Again, the detail in that Icon 1000 style. Turn the face away from me. Notice that Philip is wearing the Truant boot. You can see how it all comes together, and there's that pocket. Now, one of the things I didn't call out is the entire front of this jean is mesh lined. It's actually really cool that they did that because it holds the armor, but what it also does is create a little bit of a barrier so it's really hot and sticky out. The jean won't stick to you. When it gets a little bit colder, you can get one little extra layer between the outside and the wind and your leg. The back of it, though, is completely normal. The back of this jean has no lining to it. It's a standard jean, and the fact that the Kevlar thread is used with the cotton allows for a nice mix of flexibility and breathability while increasing the strength. I like what they've done with the pockets here. Notice there's no rivets. It's bar tacks done in triplet, and that is done basically so it's not going to scratch your bike, and you even have your leather Icon 1000 patch at the top. Turn completely backwards for me, Philip. These will break in because they are a darker cut. They'll create some, they'll develop some character over time, but again, classic line all the way down to his Truant. And you can see the hem here. I would actually say this, for his height and his size, I actually really wouldn't hem this jean at this 34 length because you're going to need that extra inch, inch and a half for when you're sitting on the bike to make sure it doesn't ride up too far and gives you complete coverage. Come back around to the front for me. So remember, the next step in your journey is to check out the Rouser, but make sure that the Beltway or the Roughshod really aren't the 1000 jeans for you. And also, there are a couple jeans that are much more relaxed in the Icon line, but they don't have this fit, this more mature, professional fit that you could rock all day in the office. The next step is click right here, read other rider reviews at RevZilla.com. You don't have to take my word for it. As always, we're going to ship for free over 39 bucks, so it's a no-brainer if you get yourself into sizing trouble. And if you want to talk to a gear geek, give Philip a chat. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.